You're my top 5 of nice booties. I wanna set the mood, fine wine, R&B grooves. Ride topless when we cruise under the moon. Touch me, baby, whenever you're in the mood. I ain't never ever met no one like you. Can I get you topless and work you to this tune? Backstrokes that'll fix your attitude. Lady, baby, the money calls, I gotta move. She said my problems every time I call you working. You barely text back, I'm on your socials lurking. Come beat it up. Guess I need to put in the purse bid. She reached over for where her Prada purse is. My purpose not to leave you on red on purpose. I'm working. How you think that Prada got here? I grind hard, yeah, but I'm not a timeshare. It's not fair. I guess she really misses a nigga when I'm not there. Hit my top 5 of nice booties. I wanna set the mood, fine wine, R&B grooves. Ride topless when we cruise under the moon. Touch me, baby, whenever you're in the mood. I ain't never ever met no one like you. Can I get you topless and work you to this tune? Backstrokes that'll fix your attitude. Lady, baby, the money calls.
What's going on, B1 family? What's happening with you? Just close this window. No, we're gonna leave it open. We're gonna close out with it. We'll close out with it. All right, so we are back in, family. We're back in now. First things first. Y'all see this? MSNBC has reportedly informed Joy Reid that she must take a pay cut or lose her job. Now, I posted this on the community tab, and a lot of you chimed in. Look, Black Alpha called it. He said it's about to be some wake-up calls. Professor Black Truth said it years ago. White supremacy always breaks its tools. And they're doing a soft breaking with her. And what the weird part is, I don't know how unemployment works at that level, like their level of income. But let's say they are doing this and she takes the pay cut and then they terminate her. Now her unemployment is at the pay cut, not what she's originally making. And I think they'll do something like that. We know this is dominant society. They'll do whatever, especially to their bootlicks. Bootlicks think, oh, I've got it good. I'm in with the dominant society. Yeah. Which do my offbeat dance. Yeah. Then you get booted out the door. Now you're looking sick, and you want to come over to black folk. I need some black people to hang out with. No, we don't want you. You are tainted goods. We don't want you. What? Be for real. Be freaking for real, dude. So yeah, man, Joyless Reid is out. Now, family, I saw this. I was like, ain't no freaking way. Hold on, let's go back. I saw this. I was like, ain't no freaking way. So I had to go. I had to go look it up. So this is taxjustice.net. Britain slave owner compensation loan, reparations, and tax havenery. And it's hard to believe, but it was only in 2015 that, according to the Treasury, British taxpayers finished paying off the debt which the British government incurred in order to compensate British slave owners in 1835, family. 1835. That's pretty much, it's damn near 200 years ago. They just finished in 2015. Oh, well, we can't do it. They just finished paying off they white folk in 2015. That was 9 years ago, almost 10. And then I was like, you know what? Let me just double check and make sure this ain't being hyped up. PBS, family. All right, move. What to know about calls for reparations for Britain's legacy of slavery in the Caribbean? Yeah, we ain't worried about that part. I want to know when y'all stopped, because it said it in this article too. Boom. There we go. Is there precedent for reparations? Boom, or what? The United Kingdom took out a loan. They took out a loan to pay these folks off. So they took out a loan beforehand and paid it back over the years. And this says 1833 instead of 1835. So in 1833, that's when they paid the owners. They took out a loan, and it's taken them almost 200 years to pay that loan, that debt off. America. And here's another thing. So this real quick. Speaking of Joyce Reid, I don't think she's screwed me. I don't think she's screwed me. Well, speaking of tethers, get on Britain's ass. And family, I'm cussing. Get on Britain's ass. If they can take out a loan willingly, 1833, 1835, whichever, and take almost 20 years to pay it off, they can pay y'all. All right, so y'all can get out of business. But yeah, family, that is true. So boy, especially if they tether, tell me, I need to be worried about Britain. Britain just paid off folk about 10 years ago. They literally just paid off a loan to pay off the slave owners about 10 years ago. Go worry about that. Go get your money over there. Quit worrying about our business. Now, family, I saw this and I forgot to pull this clip, this up. Hold on. So I saw that in Walmart. I think the company's name is Axon. Let me Google who makes their cameras. I think it's Axon. Who makes Walmart's body cams? Yep, Axon. Axon is also the brand that does the police body cams. Family. And I'm just putting you on game. My dad, he put me onto this cam stock. It done went down, but look, y'all need to invest in that. Put a little something in it. The Diamond Society, look, we seen, if you watch Jason Black's recent program from Sunday, you seen, how pivotal and integral a body cam can be. Take advantage. Look, when you get your income tax, man, if you only get half, take 600, something like that. Also, check out Earn Your Leisure. I like Earn Your Leisure, and I'll say I like it for this reason. They'll tell you about stocks that pay dividends. Like I got stock in Lockheed Martin, and it pays dividends. Now I've only got twos and fews compared to the full stock price, but I've been getting dividends back, over the years, and I haven't reinvested. I'm not a finance guru. I'm just saying, family, put your kids on something early. If they're young, put them on something early. Show them what you're doing. See if they have an interest, and then put them onto it and start it for them. We're going to get reparations. But plus, on top of what we're doing to put our kids right, we're going to get reparations. So this is not in lieu of. Never feel like it's in lieu of. This is the plus. This is the cherry on the pie. The icing on top. This is what we're doing. All right, so Axon, check them out, family. And don't be waiting on, I'm going to give my family members, no, you do it. You do it. If you see this is for you to do. Not for them. And then when you start getting it and they see it, then they're going to want to start doing it because now, okay, well, there's something to it. So you do it for you and your children. And then when they see how it's working for you and your children, then black folk, that's how we are. Let's be honest. We start seeing a trend, and a lot of us who are kind of flaky-ish want to be a part of the trend. Those of us who are of the mind to just go get it, we're going to go get it regardless. If we see an opportunity, we're going to go get it. And that's just the way we are, and then people want to trail in behind us. It is what it is. Next up, this is why, speaking of Earning Your Leisure, the UK agrees to loan, look at that word, L-O-A-N, L-O-A-N, back Ghana's stolen Asante Gold Crown jewels under a long-term leasing agreement. Family. When a tether comes at you, say, hey, man, look, y'all letting these folk loan back stuff they stole from you. They said, yeah, we stole it from you, but you can hold it temporarily. A long-term family, because you know we not going for this. We ain't going for this. Like what the yo. That's like somebody see your car and then you negotiate to drive it on the weekends. Hey man, I know you got my car, but can I get on the weekends? It's your car. Family. Look, family. I'm sorry.
Here's what happened.
Real quick. Oh, this is a for those of us who grew up on Dare, show this to your kids.
I destroyed my face with too much cocaine, right? I did entirely too much cocaine. The inside of my nose, my septum deteriorated completely, and then over time my nose fell flat. I'm in the process of trying to fix it. What's going on right here on my face is called a forehead flap. These things in my nose are called nasal trumpets. They go all the way up here. I'm not going to pull them out again. That upset some people in my last video. We're not doing that again. Okay, so couple of questions. This right here is hair because it came from the scalp. So this is an entire flap of skin. No, it's not flat on my face. Take a look. Oh, you can see my eyeball. It's a trick. It's a party trick. Anyway, this stays wrapped in medicated gauze. No, I'll probably never feel the inside of my nose again. What happened was they had to make a blood supply into the tip of my nose from parts from my left arm. So they cut up in my left arm. They took out a vein, an artery, a muscle, skin.
Family, all that because you want to get high. Because you want to get high. Leave that stuff alone. You got people, if you got people around you who are into that, you need to reevaluate your circle. You see what they did to her? Now, here's the rub. She can put all this online, and it'll be oh my gosh, such a brave soul. She's given it up, and she's rebuilt her life, and oh my gosh, let's have a special. Let's bring her onto the news. NBA, not NBA Today, but CBS Today and all these stuff. She'll get platformed, boosted, and be able to have a book deal or something like that. You get caught with an ounce of weed, and they trying to ruin your life. Even in the state that's legal, they're trying to ruin your life. They're going to blackball you and try to keep you from any type of prosperity. From like, oh, yeah, it's years ago. I don't do that stuff no more. When you get that, you already know what it is. Come on now. So yeah, family, leave that stuff alone. You see what she going through. They had to go into her arm to get veins. I don't want to walk around like that. 1 second. Ooh, man.
Y'all look who I just.
So, write down in the comments who you think she ran into in Ghana. Speaking of Ghana, who do you think she ran into? This sister ran into in Ghana. I'm gonna give you a few seconds. Do 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 do
Just ran into in Africa and Ghana. Y'all aren't gonna believe when I flip this camera. Actually, not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, it's a selfie.
How are you?
One love. If you said Dr. Umar, you're correct. The Cuban who just tried to give a lifeline to Fat Joe, the fattest of Joes, the fattest of Josephs. Yeah. Shout out to our brother Black Alpha. He cooked them in his last program about him. Yeah, family. We I love what's been going on because Gary Owens, or brother Red Joker, he put up a panel and had like Vivek and it had Kamala and I think AOC and all these other people on there, and he said, what do all these people have in common? And Gary decided to chime in and repost it. that they're all successful, I guess, and you're a hater, it's like, oh, okay, good. We finally getting you to say the quiet thing out loud. I love how delineation is forcing people to take a side. A lot of people have been kind of in the shadows and been kind of riding the fence, like, oh yeah, black empowerment. As long as I can get something, and then I'm back over with the group I feel more comfortable with. He does have Cuban lineage. His it's not great grandfather, but his grandfather's Cuban, so he's aligning with his fellow Latino. Cool. We're glad it's happening now, because what's about to happen over the next 4 years is going to be very pivotal. It's going to be very devastating to a lot of groups, and we've been through pretty much anything the white supremacists can throw at us. Like, they've tried to poison us, lead gas. Remember, for those of you who are old enough, lead gas, actual lead gas. There's a reason why it says unleaded, because they used to have lead in fuel. And they used to design highways to go over black neighborhoods, but the problem is, well, there's wind. So you got these vehicles that run on lead gas that are having this lead poison in the air. You think it's just affecting black folk? Well, it's getting white folk. That's why they changed it. You can't control the wind. The wind's gonna blow where it's gonna blow. Shout out to the ancestors. Family, we are forcing people to be who they truly are. And the conversations that they have in private at home, have it in public for us to see. And now it is up to us to see these conversations, hear these conversations, and say, hey, you know what? When a person tells you who they are, believe them the first time.
We hear Dr. Umar Ifatunde, the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies Never.
Yeah, whatever.
There's a bunch of...
Family, I found this funny. Passport bros, come to the front. Passport bros, come to the front of the congregation.
Black American men that have settled in Nairobi or settling in Nairobi, and they're making content around Kenyan women being soft, feminine, sweet, and they are being treated like kings compared to how they are being treated in America. And as a Kenyan woman, I'll be honest, it's the money, bro. It's the dollar that you came with from US Hey that is giving you that level of treatment. Let the dollar run out, Troy. Let the money run out. That's when you will find out that Kenyan women can also be rude and disrespectful. You want to play with Nairobi dating scenes with no finance, Troy? It's not the accent that is sustained that relationship. It's not the bling bling. It's not the dreadlocks. It's not the fact that you're saying you're related to Kanye West. It's not the fact that you're saying you're former producer of Drake. It's not the fact that you're saying that you know Beyonce from the blog. No. It's not the hip hop songs. It's the fact that you came with a dollar sign.
Family? Now, if you listen to Jason Black, the business YouTube channel, he put you on game about this. You know, there's dudes that would go to Thailand, Taiwan. One cat was in like Brazil or somewhere in South America, and he had to bounce out of there. It was it early this year? Was it early 2024 or late 2023? I don't recall exactly what it was, but it was in the last 24 months. I'll say that for sure. And he had to bounce because they finna do something to him. Family, don't get disillusioned. You know, Black American women, our women can sometimes be a little taxing, but they're under the thumb of white supremacy along with us. And for me, it's gonna be a Black American woman all day. She gotta be FBA, right? It's. I've seen how other groups of women move. I've seen how they act. I've seen in the workplace. I'm cool. If it's not FBA sister, I'm cool. It is what it is.
Let the money run out. That's when you will find out that in Kenya, money speaks multiple languages. I know they're not telling you the truth. It's not because you have the most charming personality. It's not the fact that you have a nice accent and you have, nice culture. Leroy, is the dollar. When the dollar runs out, that's when you'll find out the truth. In Kenya, we say, mapenzi ni pesa. Pesa ikiisha, mapenzi imeisha. Asanteni.
I don't know what that meant. The last part. But it sounds like it's all about money. Ain't a damn thing funny.
He had the last laugh.
Now, family, this was a piece of history I didn't know. And I feel a certain type of way about not knowing it. You'll see why in a second.
Against local racists. You can't talk about Black history in Fort Worth without telling the story of William McDonald, the first Black.
This is my city, born and raised. I was born in Osteopathic Hospital, 8/12/1984. And I knew nothing of this. This was never taught in school.
Millionaire in Texas. And historian Jane Higgins says, a natural-born leader.
People were in awe of Mr. McDonald simply because of his brashness, his boldness.
At 18, McDonald worked as a school principal in Kaufman County. At 21, he joined the state's Republican Party.
Kaufman County. Family, to put this in perspective, Kaufman County is the county they tried to have the trial for Amber Geiger in. Now put two and two together. This man was a principal in that county. The same county. Don't think it's too much different from today. We still have sundown towns here in Texas. Vidor, Paul. Paul is a town. It's a small, very small town. In between here and, let's say here in Abilene. On your way, if you heading on your way to Midland or Odessa, Paul, sundown town. I'll tell you guys a story time. I'll probably do it in short. Comment if you want me to tell you that story time is short. Shorts now allow up to 3 minutes of content. So let me know if you want me to tell you about my experience in Paul. Anyway, let's get back to this Black excellency.
Party, eventually becoming chairman. He joined forces with a railroad executive, the two of them brokering deals that helped McDonald get rich.
He was just a figure that was respected and revered.
McDonald was 40 when he moved to Fort Worth's Terrell Heights neighborhood. He built a 3-story house that looked exactly like the home of Nathan Forrest, the man who owned McDonald's father before the emancipation.
He deliberately designed a replica of Mr. Forrest's home for his home. And that was so wonderfully sarcastic. I love this man for that. And I thought that was the coolest thing.
Then he...
Look how I play. Look, come on now. FBA. He leaning back. Hey, we finna take a picture of you, Mr. McDonald. Hold on, man. Let me get right real quick. Let me. You know, he had to get his hat right. You know what I'm saying? He had to get the position right. Give me a second, young. Let me get right. Let me get right, youngin.
Began building up the Black business district. He started by opening Fort Worth's first African-American owned bank.
African-American FBA bank. I did not know all this stuff, family. So I saw this and I want to share with you guys. Blueprint.madpapercoaching.com. Maybe they just grabbed it, but shout out to y'all. If this is a Black-owned site, shout out to y'all for bringing this forward.
He is the one that showed the world, the community, that Black people could be businessmen, we could be entrepreneurs, we could be more than cotton pickers, shoe shine boys, railroad workers.
He bought and fixed up foreclosed homes, then rented or sold them to Black families.
Beautiful. And look, I didn't even know about this. William M. McDonald YMCA. I didn't know that. I used to have to be in the YMCA. Me and my cousins, we went to the YMCA. No, my bad. No, I was thinking Boys and Girls Club. But I still didn't know, because you see them all around, YMCAs, all around Fort Worth. I didn't know this. It's just like, boom, wait a minute. Imagine being taught this as a young Black male in Fort Worth Public School District, in Fort Worth ISD. Now, you might have some cogs going off, family. There's a reason why the hidden colors have to happen. Because if you get information like this as a young boy, like, wait a minute, I don't have to work for somebody else. Long term, I can start in one field and end up being an entrepreneur. Early, when you have more energy, like the stuff I'm doing now, if I was doing this in my 20s, family, you know, in your 20s, you could stay up till about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, take a 4-hour nap. You know what I'm saying? Try to sleep for 4 hours, hop up, you know, like, I'm good, and then get going. And now, you know, you got that snooze alarm a couple times. Like, all right, let me get up. And then you roll over and you... and everything's popping and crackling, and you got to turn on the light because you don't turn on the light, you're going to lay back down. 20s, you have that information as a child. You'll probably start trying to do stuff middle school, high school. You'll explore entrepreneurship early. How can I do this? What can I do? What product can I sell to people? What service do they need? Early. And you'll begin habits. That's a good habit to have. That's an amazing habit, but they don't want our children to learn this information early, because when you learn stuff like this and it hits home, it's literally in your home city. It's like, damn. Well, you're not saying that as a kid. I hope you're not saying that as a kid, but it just gives you such hope, such inspiration to go do something. You had like little thoughts like, I don't necessarily want to do nothing for anybody, but it's the norm. You got to go work for somebody. Now you know you ain't got to do it. Oh my gosh.
He donated a building to the YMCA for minority kids, and he opened the Gym Hotel so black travelers had a safe place to stay.
He literally built this empire of black-owned businesses right there. When black folks drove through that 2 or 3 block radius, they felt exceedingly proud.
Educator, politician, businessman, and civic leader, William McDonald died on July 4th, 1950, at the age of 84. But he still had one last laugh in store.
Even posthumously, he is still poking people in the eye, because he decided that his burial place would be in fairly close proximity to the Fort Worth chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. So again, he's saying, take that.
That's right. McDonald's 38-foot-tall monument in the Oakwood Cemetery looks down upon the building where the KKK used to meet. It's one of the few landmarks left for a man who was larger than life, a man Higgins says, whose message is just as relevant today.
We are stronger together. Let us support black businesses as much as we support other businesses. Let us lift each other up.
Family, I think I need to go over there. Oakhurst. Now that I know this, I need to go over there. I want to go see like all the buildings and all the former buildings where he was at. I want to see that. That's dope, family. What y'all guys think about that? Mr. William McDonald, first black millionaire in Texas. And then started putting other black folk on. If we had more of that, Anyway.
Higgins is hoping to teach the next generation about McDonald's.
Y'all, and shout out to Brother Hawk Newsom. This was on his IG. This is Eric Adams' son. Your daddy's under fire. He got all this heat on him. And this is what he Fam, what's going on with the Democrats and their kids, man? Hunter Biden. Now Eric Adams' son. Lord, they just can't get right to save their life, huh? Your dad is under fire from his constituents, from his party members or former party members, from the feds being on this, Lord, and you out here throwing parties at a mansion. This costs. This young lady's in very good shape. She's probably a dancer, paid dancer. So that costs. Boy, you know, sometimes you wonder. I ain't gonna play all that because I don't want to get a strike. Now, family, I saw this biolabs. Now, this is kind of an update for those who saw this, who knew about this when that fire happened in October.
I'm gonna keep it as G as I can. It's a predominantly black, rural, poor area. They don't give a fuck. The Tuesday after the fire, when they first put the shelter-in-place order, I woke up to a dead body in my driveway Wednesday morning. It's one of the homeless gentlemen in the area. He had lung problems, and for them to say that it has no effects, it's not going to do nothing to you. The man had went to the heart doctor that morning and was told he was good. The next day, he was dead in my driveway. Firefighters are having to replace their trucks. They're having to replace their uniforms. The locks on the doors near the businesses, nearby our lab, the businesses, they're melted. This has happened.
Locks on the doors are melting. That's some gnarly chemicals to melt metal like that.
Multiple times. For it to happen multiple times, you're giving everybody in this community your ass to kiss. Because why are you telling the businesses to evacuate? They can't open because it might have long-term health effects being exposed long, but you telling the black residents over here to shelter in place.
Family, what I just say? When they used to do the leaded vehicles, leaded gasoline and stuff like that, they stopped because it affected black. They started affecting white folk. They didn't care about affecting black folk. Right here, and she probably dated a couple brothers. But shout out to her for being a part of the Dominant Society, being outspoken. You know what I'm saying? You can tell by the hairstyle though. She's like that soul pole. However, this is how they do with us. You black, oh yeah, stay right there. So these chemicals can kill you niggers off. The businesses, the white-owned business, the non-black-owned business, hey guys, get up out of here. This is not going to be good. But the Negroes should stay. We can let them stay there. Yes. You know, goofy ass smiles and stuff they be doing. But family, so I decided to look this stuff up and see what's going on with Biolab. And right now they're temporarily closed. They're still temporarily closed. Rockdale County, Georgia. Conyers, Georgia. And looks like, where's it at? Right here, Fox 5 Atlanta. So there is a lawsuit filed against them. My question is, family, who filed the lawsuit? And will there be compensation? Will any of this compensation reach black folk? And will it be twos and fews? Or will it be just compensation? I highly, highly recommend the B1 family that sees this. If they give you the runaround, say something. Hit me up, let me know. If they give you a runaround on information, oh, well, we got to wait and see what's going to happen, transpire. You know, if you don't know if there's a deposition, if there's meetings or whatever, and will you guys be affected? You need to know these things. You need to be on a bumper. Family, be on a bumper. Don't let these people off the hook. I don't give a damn how they feel, how they, you know, try to come and oh, you know, hey, trust us. Don't trust them. Don't trust them, folk. Don't trust them for Be on their bumper. Find out what's going on. Find out what these denizens be compensated. If you live in that area, you got family in the area, find out if they're going to be compensated. Hey, I need to know, you know, they're going to be good. Because if it's melting locks on buildings, you're compromised. If it can compromise metal, then the wood, brick, is it being absorbed into the brick? Is it emanating from the brick now? Or are you slowly being poisoned over time now with the brick? Not just the air you breathe, but it's in the brick. So now the particulates still get in the air. You gotten better, but you still get sick. So now your home is really a hazard site. These things we got to think about, family. How's it affecting your paint on your car? Let's say you bought you a decent, nice car, and you just got it. Now it's eating up the paint, and then the dealership not gonna cover it, and your insurance like, well, we don't, we can do it. Fam, we need to have ourselves shored up on all facets when it comes to this stuff. B1 family, make sure y'all are being taken care of out there. All right.
Miss.
All right. So if you listen to Jason Black, I know it's funny having it on the screen. If you listen to Jason Black, you saw this coming.
Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but...
So Amazon workers went on strike, and Jeff Bezos said, check this out. He introduced Amazon worker robots. He said, you want more money, right? Well, it's only going to cost me $3 per robot to replace you. They're having their FAFO moment. He didn't stop there. Check this out. He said, two can play that game. Thanks for allowing me to test out my new technology, because soon I won't need you guys to work in the warehouse anymore. I'll replace you with some.
Jason Black talked about this years ago. That's why he's always been very big on having a skill. If you're not an entrepreneur, you need to have a skill. Skilled labor. Because once Amazon really get this popping off, you don't think other ShipBob and all these other little shipping spots where they pack orders up, you think they're going to have them just like a sprinkle of people to make sure the robots start and stop and like switch out the ones that need to be charged? Like, okay, all right, cool. This group needs to be taken off line to go charge, and this group can come on. You don't think they doing that? Family, y'all better. If you didn't see the movie iRobot, oh, I think that movie's over a decade old. Let's look that up. iRobot, IDB. That is 20 years old, family. That movie is 20 years old. 20 years later, look what we got going on. Y'all better be ready. And then also, I don't know the company who's providing the robots, but I would say invest in that as well. If they have open investment. All right, family. So right here, we're going to read this. Yeah, what has your people invented, created, or discovered? Nothing. Your clothes, your phone, your car, your electricity, the language you speak, everything. Yada, 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 yada. So this dude named Daniel. I'm going to show a picture of him up close because this picture's not really that good. But let this brother cook real quick.
Really wild to me that you're having a meltdown in not one, but two different comment sections because you realize that on your best day, you're mediocre, right? But since we're here now, we're really going to do this. Henry Sampson was the inventor of the cell phone. He's the guy that made the cell phone. And when Alexander Graham Bell couldn't get his telephone to work, who did he lean on? This black man right here, Granville Wood. Why would he do that? Oh, maybe because he invented the telegraph, right? Along with 120 other inventions, including the first motorcycle engine. Yeah, he was a bad boy. Speaking of bad boys, my man Howard Latimer was an incredible inventor too. So incredible, in fact, that when Thomas Edison couldn't get his light bulb to work, he called him. That's right. He called a black man. Because, again, we are just ingrained in society. Y'all just feel the need to discount us and steal from us constantly. You know what I mean?
And Tariq was having, on Twitter, he was having to go back and forth with white supremacists, talking about we didn't invent nothing. And let him know, we have thousands of patents. Thousands of inventions. We've done so much we've done the most for this country. We have done the most for the country and been disrespected the most at the same time. And so I love the movement we're on now. I love our energy now is, F all that. You gonna respect me one way or another.
He had to call a black man to come in and say, hey, can you make my light bulb work? It's not working the way it should be. Bam, I fixed it. Frederick Jones created refrigeration, allowing you to transport food, goods, and medication from east to west, from north to south, right? Which later gave rise to the AC unit. And since we're cooling people down, we might as well talk about Allison Parker, who invented the furnace. You know what I mean? That was a black woman. Very complimentary, you know what I mean? We created cooling, we created heating. You know, that's just what we do over here. Do you know how boring your childhood would have been without this guy here who invented super soakers and the Nerf gun?
Man, family, until I would say about 4 years ago, I didn't know a black man invented the super soaker. That's how awesome we are. When we invent stuff to make life better, make it more enjoyable. The downside, it's always to end life, destroy it. They're like, yeah, how can we unalive people a lot more efficiently? Black folk like, man, let's how can we take our life and living and make it more enjoyable, make it more reasonable, more effective, more efficient.
Right, I know, he's a black man. All this good shit coming from black people, just driving you crazy. Probably just as crazy as those video games you couldn't beat, you know what I mean? Thanks to this guy here who invented the video game cartridge. Oh, damn, he was a black man too. Your childhood would be boring without them. Black people entertained you for years and you didn't even know it. And you know, without this black man here, we wouldn't have the World Wide Web, right? Because while there was a lot of scientists and mathematics going into that, he was the one that figured out how to get them all to talk to each other. You know what I mean? Communication. That's what black people do. We do communication very well. You know, he figured out how to link all the computers together to make them talk, which works out great for this black man here who invented the first search engine. You know what I mean? Which all your other search engines are built off. Geez.
He said this black man, I don't know, he's kind of questionable, family. He might be mixed. He might be mixed. Let me look this dude up real quick, because I don't know. Alan Mtaji. Oh, my bad. Okay, he's Bayesian. Okay, Bayesian Canadian. I see. I knew there's something else in there, family. I'm looking at that face. So he's immigrant, fully immigrant, Canadian, and Bayesian. All right. I'm like, that smile, those cheeks. Yeah, I'm like, something adding up. Okay. All right, Bayesian Canadian. That would make sense. He's one of Drake's cousins.
Just Google, DuckDuckGo. Yeah, all of this black man's work. You know what I mean? So you couldn't even spank your little winky at night if it wasn't for him. So you could search up your little videos. Even that surgery your grandfather got was thanks to a black man. You know what I mean? Like, y'all want to hide history and remove it so we can't see this, so we don't know this, because you guys want to feel like you're superior. The only thing you're superior about is stealing and lying. That's it.
And this is what he looks like. This dude. I had to go to his page. I was like, okay, because the little mini picture. I'm like, is he white? He's white. He might be a little bit of other white, but yeah, that's that. Now, family. Check this out real quick. We're gonna let this ride real quick. Hold on.
My type, American. That's it. Baby, I'm sorry. I need a green card.
Now I think she's 6'7". Most definitely Latina. I don't know if she's Cuban or Dominican, but she's like 6'7". And you see what she's saying. My type is American. I need a green card. Put it out there. She put it out there.
That's it.
For this black man.
Let's go back.
My type, American. That's it. Baby, I'm sorry. I need a green card.
I.e., she's looking for a goofy to get her pregnant. As soon as she get pregnant or get a ring, long enough, she gonna flip on you. Fellas, don't get caught up in these exotic black women. This woman let you know right off rip. I need a green card. I'm trying to come to the States and stay here. So do not get disillusioned with that whole, oh, leave America. You should move out of America because life is gonna be so much better. They all are trying to get here, and she just made it plain and clear. She'll lay up with whoever's American to get that green card. Once she do that, she gonna dip and do what she do.
Hey, how you doing, buddy? Can I talk to you real quick? Okay, sounds good. You're being stopped, roadway safety, because you're walking in the middle of the road anyway.
Well, your car in the way. It's on the sidewalk, so I'm gonna walk around it. It's a problem.
From all the way down there, you work?
I work. I'm in this building right here, the coalition.
Okay, he's just gonna talk to you and give you, let you know what the rules are and everything. That's it.
You're no walking in the streets.
Right. You have your ID with you?
No.
You don't have your ID with you?
No.
I want you to see this angle. That's what you think it is. Can I double tap? I can't make it larger. I was hoping I could make this larger. Family, we have no allies. We have no friends. You may have one white person that's cool with you. You may have one Latino person that's cool with you. We don't have a group of Latinos that we're cool with. We don't have a group of white folk that we're cool with. We don't have any allies like that, family. We are all we got. We don't have black folk from other parts of the world en masse that we're cool with, at least the ones that come over here. And then there's been some that have not been, that live in, they don't live there. They usually move somewhere else and then they talk crap about us from them after they fled their homelands, and they talking about us and worry about our business. But this dude is Latino. You can tell by that look, the face, the skin tone, and you see what he's doing. Hey, he's like, hey man, I'm just walking and having a good day. I see y'all are parked on the sidewalk, which you're intentionally doing this. I'm just walking around. Oh, from all the way from down there? It's like, all right. These questions, family, are intended to antagonize you, to get you to say something with aggression or, get puffed up. Like, man, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, we got us one. And now we can gaffle you up at best or gun you down at worst.
Just got dropped off at this place right here.
Okay. You have Florida license or ID card?
Florida.
Okay. I'm going to get your information because we're going to write you a warning for it, okay? Just step over here, please.
A warning for what?
Walk in the middle of the street.
He may be Haitian because this is
Hey, I need you to get off your phone. I got to get your information.
Come outside right quick. And I was just walking down the street.
Last name, sir?
Godbolt.
Godbolt?
Yes.
Okay. And your first name?
Vincent.
Vincent.
Can you come outside? Come outside the gate.
And your middle name? Your middle name?
Come hide me on the sidewalk.
Your middle name?
On the street right quick.
Mr. Vincent?
Vincent Godbolt.
You don't have a middle name?
No.
Okay. And your date of birth? Because I'm verifying who you are.
I don't really like sharing my social.
Okay. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you one thing. If she walks up here, I'm going to give her one warning and then she's going to go to jail.
She said you can't walk up there.
She could walk up to about right there after that. Let her come.
See, family? See, that's why you hear people like Tariq and others say you're behind enemy lines and you need to act as like a prisoner of war like this. You're doing the most. Sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and then get him on the backside of it, get him in the court system. Now, part of that is, as Jason Black would say, they hate you because you're black. They victimize you because you're poor. Being skilled, being an entrepreneur, putting in their work, putting your head down, grinding, getting your money up so you can get damn good lawyers to go after people. Certain officers, certain states have insurance. They have insurance. They have things they have to have, some certain things to be in compliance as an officer. Now you can attack that. Tax that. All right, tax that. And be willing to do what it takes to preserve yourself after you take them to court. Because you can take people to court, and we've seen over the years, folk come up missing, and then when we find them, they either burnt up, they're hanging from a tree, or they float up the river. Family, we are in a war. And depending on how this life takes you, you may end up having to physically protect yourself. doing the right thing. Like you took it on the chin. You take it to court. You won the judgment. You can't think, oh, okay, life is sweet. They learned their lesson. No, you may be in more danger, right? Because now they're like, oh, we can't have this. He's setting a standard. He's setting a new principle. We got to show the Negroes we still run things. That can happen. What are you willing to do to protect yourself and your family? All right? Because everybody's willing to die for their family, but are you willing to kill for your family? Now, this could become, and here's the thing, it's because it's kind of a catch-22. If you get riled up and rowdy with them, they can gaffle you up and you can get hit. You know what I'm saying? Pop, pop. Oh, he was resisting and this, that, and other. I fear for my life, and you get hit. Especially when you're by yourself. You see, he was by himself, now he's calling somebody. You, as a black person in America, particularly foundational black America, you have to be cognizant of your environment. Yes, you can enjoy life. Yes, you can have a good time. But you can do that thing to a limit. There's got to be a cap on it. Like, hey, I'm having a good time, but I'm also aware buddy over there is drinking a little heavily. And he said something crazy to me earlier. I don't know who he is. He might be on something. I may have to bust his ass. I may have to bust his ass and put him on his back. Or, okay, cop pulled me over. He's real. Okay, he trying to get me riled up. He trying to get me say something crazy. All right, cool. I'm going to take it on the chin so I can get home alive so I can get on this bumper legally. And then after that, he may try to do something and we'll have to have that conversation. But when it's all said and done, I'm still going to go home to my children. So I know these are, for some of us, these are hard things to conceptualize. Like, I'm going to have to, get active just to have a normal life. Because some white supremacist with a badge, a race soldier, or non-black, or non-white race soldier decided, hey, I feel like gaffling up a Negro or a few Negroes. Let's go find somebody, and they happen to find you. That's all I'm saying, family.
It's right there. Hey, man, you got your sidewalk, buddy.
Look, it's a dude walking the street right now. And they ain't stopping him.
It's because we're with you right now. So once we're done with you, then we get the next person. And the next person.
Because they stopped me for no reason. They say they're going to give me a warning for walking in the street. And I never heard that before. I walked. And they blocking the sidewalk, but they say they're going to give me a warning for walking around it. So I need you to be my witness. Since you work for the government, I want you to be my witness. Yeah, I'm a complying. I just literally just got here. And they already harassing me.
Well, this is harassment. It's correct.
I know, you know what I'm saying? He said, don't walk up here because he's going to arrest you. He's going to give you a warning first. No, he's going to give you a warning first. Yeah, he said he running my, he said he want to check my, I don't know.
Hey. What's your last name again?
G-O-D. Gobble.
G-O-D.
Gobble. Gobble.
G-O-D. Keep spelling it. Because maybe I wrote it down wrong, is what it is.
G-O-D-B-O-L-T.
Okay, and your first name?
Yes.
And your date of birth?
You just got the word. I'm about to go get me some breakfast, and they harassing me. I guess they picking who they want to mess with.
560, you 1012 or 1012?
Hey, come here.
Y'all don't be hating the things enough for me. Y'all hate it enough to complain about it, and that's it. Because why you say you hate Elon Musk, but you still on Twitter? You drive a Tesla. You hate these brands that don't care about black folks, but you're wearing Lululemon.
Is she lying? Family, is she lying? Is she lying? Now, granted, with X, YouTube, and other platforms, that's where the people are. That's the unfortunate thing about us. Sometimes we don't accept that we have the power to make or break something. And I think going forward, we're going to do better about that. We're the reason why apps are hot. If we go over there and we really put the work in, we make things hot. Tubi is hot because of black people right now. Tubi's hot because of black people. And I think Professor Black Truth, what's Professor Black Truth? Said, it might have been another content creator who said, Tubi is hot because black folk, and they're probably going to do like CW did back in the 90s. Remember CW33 or CW? I don't know which, whatever state you're in, CW was. But CW33 was here in Texas. And they're right. For the longest time, it's a whole bunch of black shows. UPN 21, a whole bunch of black shows. And once it took off and got the viewership up, then it was white shows. Both of them, they flipped the switch. And then it was white shows.
You're wearing insert whatever makeup brand. There's so much basic shit that's inside of our control, but you don't want to be left out, so you still buy in.
Do we have a feeling of want to be left out? I think there's a number of us that do. Also know, like I said, know that there's a number of us who now don't give a damn. We want empowerment. And empowerment means sacrifice. Empowerment means you're not going to be watching the newest season of whatever show. The back of my daggum chair. Is the House of Lannister or something like that? I don't even know what this is. It was Game of Thrones. One of them shows. I literally bought this chair because my favorite color is red. And I'm a Leo. People are like, you bought that chair? Do you know what this Game of Thrones is? Or something? It was one of them shows. I'm like, I don't give a damn about that. I don't know nothing about that. My favorite color is red, and I'm a Leo. I bought the chair with the line on it. That's red. Comfortable. It hold on my hefty self. And those squeaks or creaks in my chair, so I can move around and all this stuff. And it's supportive, and I can be at the desk and do my work. That's why I bought this chair. I don't care nothing about. I think it's Game of Thrones. I think so. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments.
A man called the police for help after a woman breaks into his home to kill him, and police shoot him dead instead. Now, the family is demanding answers. Brandon Durham needed help. A woman was breaking into his Las Vegas home in the early hours of November 12th, armed and dangerous. With his 15-year-old daughter upstairs, terrified but unharmed, Brandon called 911, hoping the police would save him. He never imagined that instead of safety, he would receive a death sentence from the very people he called for help. When the officers arrived, Brandon was struggling with the intruder, Alejandro Brodor, over a knife. Body camera footage shows Officer Alexander Bookman entering the scene, shouting for both of them to drop the weapon. Within seconds, Bookman fired a shot at Brandon, hitting him. As Brandon collapsed to the floor, Bookman fired 5 more rounds, ending Brandon's life in a tragic and unnecessary sequence of violence. Bordeaux, who had previously been in a relationship with Brandon, was arrested and charged with home invasion, assault, and child endangerment. She later admitted to hoping the police would kill her. She orchestrated a deadly encounter in a desperate plea for death by cop. Despite facing serious charges, she has refused to appear at court hearings. Now, Brandon's family is demanding accountability. They say he called the police for safety and instead they murdered him in his own home, said his daughter Isabella as she fought back tears in a heartbroken press conference. Brandon's mother added, "I just wanted my son to be safe. Now he's gone and no one will answer for it." Officer Bookman has been placed on paid leave.
Paid leave. You know what that means.
An unsettling practice that allows police officers to remain on the payroll while under investigation, often shielding them from any real consequences. Critics argue that paid leave delays justice and leaves grieving families with unanswered questions. An investigation into Bookman's action could take months, but the family's pain is immediate. Why did he shoot the victim, a father trying to protect his child, instead of addressing the actual threat? Why were 5 additional shots fired when Brandon was already on the ground?
Pull the trigger, kill a nigga. That's it. Fam, we've seen this before. Family. Family. And there are several numbers faster than 911. 45, 40, 44, 9, 22, 12. Much faster. Much faster. Very unfortunate this brother lost his life. Very unfortunate. You saw the name Alexander. Hold on, I want to look her up real quick. want to see your face.
Armed and dangerous, with his 15-year-old daughter upstairs, terrified but unharmed, Brandon called 911, hoping the police would save him. He never imagined that instead of safety, he would receive a death sentence from the very people he called for help. When the officers arrived, Brandon was struggling with the intruder, Alejandra Bodor.
Alejandra Bodor, okay. Bodor? How you spell their last name? B-A-U-T. Okay. That's what. Oh, Bodor. You are. My bad. My bad, family. Forgive me. Bodor. Okay, man. Las Vegas. Okay, Boudreaux. That's why. Okay. Las Vegas. Okay, here we go. Family. So, she's facing 4 charges, including assault with the dead. Okay. Yeah, family. They'll look in them eyes. Now, sisters, I'm not trying to come for you, but when Jason Black talks about the tattoos and stuff like that, tattoo on the neck, I wonder where she's from. Boudreaux. Because she could be from Louisiana and she could be Haitian. That is very unfortunate. She's a stout girl too. So he probably had his hands full. And then the officer, let's find him real quick. Alexander Bookman, that's what I thought. What? They might be shielding them, family. Might be shielding this dude. So there go the girl. Yeah, she got that look. I think it's the victim right here. Yeah, it looks like they're protecting the officer's face. More like this is the chief. Explain it. Yeah, they're protecting his face. You know how they do. It'd be wild. It's going to take somebody, to just put Buddy out there so we can see who he is. Hopefully family's on it. If this, hold on. Oh, Lord. Lee's on the case. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you know how this is going to go. Very unfortunate, but looks like there's not going to be any black empowerment. It's going to be a settlement, and there's no racism. Very unfortunate.
The reason white people don't want to teach accurate American history is because they don't want to see their parents, their grandparents in pictures doing racist shit. They're going to see grandma and pop standing beside a person hanging on a tree, a black person hanging from a tree. Ask grandma and pop, let's start a new trend. White people, get on video and ask your granddad and your grandma, your mom and your dad, where the fuck they were at for the civil rights movement. Because that was only in 1964. Plenty of people are alive right now who are older than the civil rights movement, who are older than the Civil Rights Act. So let's start a new trend of white people asking your fucking relatives where they were for black suffering. What side of history were they on?
Now, question, family, does that really matter? And I'm asking you guys a legitimate question. Does it matter to get them to do this? Because they know. They know. They have our memorabilia. They have the gator bait pins. You know, the ones that are like this big around. They have those. They have the little carved wooden statues of us being hung, or our babies fed to gators, or they have the jars with the preserves, penises, and things of that nature. They have these things in their homes. They have the memorabilia in their homes, and they pass it down generation. It's a family heirloom. A slave's ears, or their teeth, or their eyes, or whatever. They know. They know. They leave it. And they leave it at grandma's house or great grandma's house in a faraway estate. Whenever they want to go relive there, they go look and oh my God, they have these things. They've been had these things. So family, I don't think it's gonna do nothing for people who already know. They like I said, they like to play dumb. White supremacy loves to play dumb. Oh no, well not me. I don't do that. Yes you do. Yes you do. Yes you do. Now, family, I saw this and I caution you to listen up because I'm thinking some of you might be experiencing this.
For a light company, right? And this guy was complaining about the bill. So, anyway, she called me after the call. She told me to look up the house. And I was like, okay. I thought it was weird because I'm like, why am I looking it up on Zelle? I look up the house, I look up the address. It's a 5-bedroom house with 8 bathrooms. And she was like, guess how much the bill is, friend? She was being funny. She was like, friend, I think you being redlined. And I was like, why? She was like, guess how much their light bill was? I was like, okay, how much was it? And so she was like, he was complaining about a $135 light bill. 5-bedroom house, 8 bathrooms. Because I'm looking at the house. I'm not going to show y'all the house, but a big house, big ass house, pool in the back, everything. And I was thinking about, like, when I moved into my house, I have a 3-bedroom. It's considered 3-bedroom, but I got a study. So if you want to say 4-bedroom, it's whatever. And every year I would change light companies because my bills were so outrageous. Like, my light bill was so like high. And I'm about to insert a clip right now. This was a screenshot that I took back in like 2021. If you see, $639, 1 month it was $488, $541, $345 for a 3-bedroom house. I have 2 children. Hold on, let me take this out. 2 children. I work from home. They're at school most of the day. They come home, they watch TV, they eat, they shower, they go to bed on time. Sometimes my son might stay up late, but every time we go to bed, there's no TVs on, no TVs, no lights on. We don't sleep with the lights on, nothing. My house is pitch black, nothing.
She explained that portion to me.
He would do Christmas lights every year, all that stuff, and keep it on all day. And it would never go over that amount. Bills were high. $5. Couldn't find nothing wrong. I had people check my meters and everything. They couldn't explain to me why my light bill was so high. So now I'm starting to think like that shit is true. I know it's true, but I'm just saying like a 5-bedroom house, 8 bathroom, and you want your bills only $135, and you already know this color. Ain't no way.
Now, family, are you experiencing extremely high electricity bills in certain areas? Because this is going on. This is a new form of redlining. Redlining, the practice of redlining still exists today. But redlining your bills, like, hey, you're gonna pay cheaper since you're in a more affluent house, more affluent area, and a Negro that's in the same zip code but 2 blocks over, they're gonna incur that cost. Is this going on? If this is going on, this is another reason why we need reparations, family. Another reason why we need reparations.
Y'all need to stop letting these biracial and non-black people piss you off. Because ain't no way in hell 2 girls dressed like Tom Sawyer finna tell me what it is to be a black woman. No way. It's always that specific archetype of the white mom, black dad. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about the erasure of black people and how they're trying to whitewash our genes. And it also makes me think about that Nat Geo picture of what they predicted humans to look like years from now. If you pay attention to the picture, because it's not just that one picture of that one light-skinned girl, it's like multiple pictures of all types of people, except for really black people, because the people that you see on the list, it looks like they're mixed, but you can't really tell what they're mixed with. But you don't see a person that's like, okay, like I can tell that like you're black, like, you know, you're black. You see Asian, you see white, you see every other race, but you don't see black on there. You can also see this in a conversation around like the athletes and how, you know, once they go on stage to accept their awards, you know, their families are being shown. These mugs are white. Like, these mixed kids don't look mixed no more. They look white. Like, this looks like a white person. And to tie that back into that, you have a lot of situations that are popping up where you have these mixed kids or these even racially ambiguous people that are trying to tell black women and black people how to feel about issues that only they would go through.
So, I know a young man who his dad is black. He's dark-skinned brother. Mom's white. So him and the siblings are light skinned. Now he married a white woman. Them babies don't look black. He was already light skinned. Like, he was light skinned, I would say the same color as a pecan sandy. And he married a white woman, had children with her. Them babies look white. So I think there might be some credence. Now we know down the road a Negro gene kick in and you boom, full lips, full, you know, nose, and sometimes even dark skin. If y'all remember, this was in Africa. A little girl came from white parents, was born black, and that baby was abused by the school because they were like, "Oh, your mom must be cheating. She had to be cheating on your dad." They did DNA. I think they did DNA, and like, no, that's both y'all kids. One of those reach back babies. Reach back generations grabbed some melanin and was born. So, family, you know, what do you guys think about this? You think it's being purposely done, that some Negroes are intentionally giving white women to breed out the Negro so they can have a white legacy? Or it's just them operating under the guise of love? Now, I think this is a little older.
Threats to the school from an Instagram account.
But I think it's relevant, family. Your babies in your phones. For the moms. And I'll use this to moms. Because dads, we don't like giving our phones to nobody. Quit just giving your kids phones and letting them get to your phone. And quit letting them have a phone and you don't have some type of parental control on the phone. You know what's going on that phone.
With her name, later learning another student set up a fake account in her name to frame her. 11 days in a juvenile detention facility for a crime she did not commit has been traumatizing. It stems from this November arrest and placement in a juvenile detention center.
They need to make sure that they do their homework prior to putting our children in handcuffs and locking them up.
Now translating into a fight for reform. This civil suit filed against her daughter's former school, Renaissance Charter at Pines, and Instagram's parent company, Meta. Attorney Marwan Porter said they also plan to include Pembroke Pines police.
It was scary.
And while race is not mentioned in the suit, it was addressed during today's news conference.
You have to wonder if, this was a white little girl from a private school, would this have happened?
I'm glad he said that. Do not let that off the hook. Family, you have to have a competent lawyer to not let folk off the hook. Because don't mention race. Don't mention race. You'll get a bigger bag. No, you mentioned it. So we get justice. Justice goes further than that bag. You can get that bag and blow it and be back where you was at. But justice means you get due process, proper investigation before they come and just throw handcuffs on you in front of your friends, in front of your family as a kid. and now you done spent 10 days in a juvenile correctional facility. You know, family, they don't mind throwing cuffs on our children as young as 6 and 7 years old, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17 years old. And we got to make that not be the norm, because that's not cool. Now, hopefully, she do get, the lawsuit and do win. I don't think they're going to let them walk away with $10 million. If they do win, the judge will probably do, and I might not say so, $1 million is good for you. That's what I think. I don't think you deserve $1 million good for you. You know how that goes.
New evidence obtained from a subpoena exonerated her. Police have said they notified prosecutors immediately. Charges were dropped, and police say the person responsible was arrested.
This was reckless.
A mother's guilt.
To be honest, at first when the officers told me it's her and we have evidence, I was so against her.
Yeah, family, I'm glad they're fighting that. And I'm glad he said what he said, that, if this was a white girl, would this have happened? So maybe he's trying to baby his, no, I'm going to say baby his way, but ease his way into putting the spotlight on race. So hopefully that's the case. It's not a one and done, because we don't need one and dones. We need it to be what it is. Let's bring this up. Hey, this is racial enact. That's the reason why they did what they did. Anti-black hate crime bill. That's what we're doing it for.
He was trying to reach out to me. That's taking off film.
Brian Randolph is a 23-year-old father who may not get a chance to see his daughter Braylyn grow up. The same daughter his loved ones say he was trying to save when he allegedly robbed the South Lyon Vibe Credit Union earlier this month. Randolph's family says they believe the only reason he did it was to pay for Braylyn's chemo treatments after her insurance was abruptly canceled. The 1-year-old is dealing with retinoblastoma, a form of eye cancer. Randolph's bond is...
I have a daughter. I have 2 sons. I have a daughter. I can only imagine the feeling of, hey, my daughter, we good. We got insurance. We can keep getting her treatment for eye cancer, because this, your baby. It's nothing like when your child looks up at you as a parent and they have that light in their eyes. It's such a freaking amazing feeling, because you just can't help but smile. And love your kid, give him a big old hug, man. And tell him, hey, I'm proud of you. I love you. Thank you for being my child. You know what I'm saying? That's such a great feeling, to having your insurance abruptly canceled, knowing your daughter's eye is not healed yet, knowing she needs more treatments, and because you don't make the type of money to pay for that chemo, because chemo's expensive. How much is average cost of chemotherapy? With insurance. Between $1,000 and $12,000 for chemotherapy, the drugs alone. That's just the drugs alone. That's not the hospital visit. That's not the doctor's fee. That's just the drugs alone. And then the average out-of-pocket cost for those with employer-based insurance was over $5,000 a year. Let's go. And I'm sorry if I'm rubbing my nose, family. I'm not messing with that booger sugar. My mustache is grown out, and some of the hairs turn up, and they start tickling those. That's why you see me doing that. I ain't messing with no booger sugar. I promise you that. 10,000 minimum to 200,000 without insurance. So if you're a father, man, if you're a father and you have a little girl, your precious little girl, you are typically going to rack your brain trying to figure out, how do I make up this cost? Even if I work a gang of more hours, how do I make up this cost? If I pick up a second job, how do I make up this cost? How do I make up this cost? How do I make up this cost? And I can understand why he took a chance on that. You know, and he doesn't. His energy doesn't come off as a man who like this is who I am. It comes off as a father. I gotta figure something out. This is my little girl. I don't make enough. How am I gonna get it done? The mama's probably she needs a therapy. You know, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? You have that going on. You have the grandmama talking. You have everybody around you saying, "What are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? How's it gonna happen?" And the only thing you think as a man is like, "I gotta figure this out." Family, we need reparations. That way, it's not an issue. It's not even a factor. With reparations, all right, cool. I got the money. Here it is. I spent all my money on my daughter's chemotherapy. I spent all my money on my son's surgery. I spent all my money, the initial first checks. That's what we need it for. So when things like this happen, the family has the funds, the income to go and get it right. You know what I'm saying? Medicine is expensive. It's super expensive. So I get it, brother. I get it. I'm not going to play all of it because I think that background music, I can probably get flagged, but yeah, man, I can only imagine. I can only imagine going through that.
But instead of backing down and saying, okay, guys, I didn't make gasoline.
Now, you probably seen this young brother who's making a fuel-based alternative out of plastic. And we said it last year. It was like, brother, you got to be careful. We may not see you no more. But he's still around. And I'm thankful for that. To see young black men being innovative still and taking something that typically becomes waste and turning it into something useful like plastiline. He calls it plastiline. Now, this white dude want to try to chide him. Watch how he handles it. I think he handles it pretty well.
I made liquid plastic and we shouldn't burn this because it's bad. You double down and keep saying it's a gasoline alternative. It's gasoline. It's gasoline I made from. So you keep doubling down on you're not backing down in the sense of
no, Peter,
you're proven
I
wrong.
call it plastiline. I don't call it I say plastiline, a gasoline alternative. I stopped calling it gasoline after that. I always say plastiline in the sense that it's a gasoline. Because like I said, you could read pyrolysis literature and literal pyrolysis literature from universities all over the world will literally say you can make gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel alternatives from plastic. And the mass spectrometry, once again, was only at 60 C. So we don't know all the next other 60 C all the way up to like 120, 140 C of hydrocarbon boiling point derivatives that could be similar to that of gasoline, right? We don't know that.
All right.
We have to get that done.
See, at this moment, you see that right there? That's adulation. That's respect. That's like, damn. I didn't think about that. Respect. That's dope. Because this young man's been working. He's not the only one. I follow a few young brothers who are doing out-of-the-box things. There's one brother, Caveman. He's making exoskeletons and things of that nature. I follow these young brothers because I want to see what they're doing with it. Because if I'm ever at a point where I can invest in them, yeah. So we need more nerds out here making fuel alternatives. We need more nerds making exoskeletons. Think about it. You got a parent or grandparent who's paralyzed, and this young black man made a custom exoskeleton for her. You know, saying your insurance, right? We got our reparations. You got a custom exoskeleton so she can still be able to get up and get around. She ain't got to be wheeled around everywhere. She can still feel like she has a little bit more life and vitality than she used to have. With your grandfather's too and stuff like that. People you have these fond, cherished memories with. So I love it. I love seeing him. He handled himself. He didn't cuss him out. He didn't call him an idiot. He broke this down. He said, "Hey man, I'm thinking outside the box. You're going to the edge of what we were taught, and you're stopping there. I'm busting through the package because I want to see the next layer, the next level. I want to see what's going to happen when I take it that far, and I think that's dope."
So what I'm saying is this right here. All I'm saying is this. This is my bottom line. I appreciate you pushing me to continue to get things done. I appreciate your criticism because that's what science is all about. But what I don't appreciate is how even when I do finally make these accomplishments, there's no type of celebration to any degree. It's just right to the next thing. Like, why you're a scammer off of this, off of that, off of that. It's like, well, dude, I will always be a scammer in your eyes if after I finally make a huge step forward. Because
Shout out to that brother. He said, "Hey, look, y'all saying I'm scamming. Y'all saying this, that, and the third. Okay, well, it is what it is. I'll be the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I like how he made note. Hey, look, I appreciate the criticism, but there's no celebration. It's always criticism. Family, don't be afraid to say, hey, look, man, respectfully, you critique, and I'm still doing, I'm staying consistent, and I'm making strides. Where's the celebration? Are you a hater? And you're using the critique as the guise. Oh, I'm really just trying to help you get better. And no, you're a hater because that's the only thing you have is critique. I've been successful in all my endeavors. Even when I had setbacks, I came back and I bounced back harder than before. I put the time in. I've earned my stripes. My medal has been tested, and here we are now. What's up? Okay. Man, I don't know, man. You really ain't. Okay, now you're a hater. That's all I need to know. You know, you're a hater.
Hey, y'all. Coming to you from Fort Valley, Georgia. I'm on a 500-acre African-American owned family farm.
Black. If you ain't gonna say FBA, say Black American. Damn African American. Stop saying that.
That I am partnering with on for the cattle business. I'm going to run that, and we're going to show you every step of the way, every dollar that goes into this place, every dollar that comes out of it. You're going to get that in some classes by a buddy of mine. Well, I'm not a teacher. Hint, so we're working on those details. But we've scaled. We're going to be running this cattle business nationally now. I'm doing quality assurance with a farm in the Midwest. I'm going out there. You'll see those videos. I'm doing quality assurance with a partner farm in the Deep South, Mississippi. You'll see those videos. And we will have national distribution, and it'll be poultry, it'll be pork, it'll be lamb, and it'll be beef. And I'm excited to get at least, we'll probably have 100 head here at this place. Right now, we just testing fences, making sure that these jokers don't want to get out. I'm excited. Swanson Family Farm, SwansonFamilyFarmLLC.com.
Swanson Family Farms, family. Think we need to keep an eye out for that. And I'm hoping he's partnering with black farms, especially ones that have been disenfranchised. We know that one brother who was saying, hey, we're not getting any of these federal dollars. It's going to the white farms. So hopefully he's working with other black farmers and expanding that network, family. And I think that's something we need to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're near a farm and you can support and you can get your beef straight from there, your chicken straight from there, so you know what you're getting is fresher. It don't have all the preservatives and stuff like that. It ain't being injected with nothing. It don't have the little gas that they use to make the meat look like it's lasting longer. Things of the nature. Family, I say this is a go.
Unfortunately for black people, the war on drugs criminalized both the user and the dealer, right? So whether you was dealing or using, it was a catch-all, right? It was a catch-all. Like, even if you was addicted to it, you was going to jail, record, getting your kids taken away. And honestly, with the effects of crack, like, rightfully so, you're not in the right space. But then how many grandmothers had to go back to parenting?
Well, young brother, if they wouldn't, because he's fairly younger. If they wouldn't have pulled Shop out of schools, for those of you who are old enough, you remember Shop, where you learn how to weld, you learn how to, woodwork, you learn how to do work on cars and things like that nature. You learn plumbing, you learn the basics, and you was able to literally go from high school to work at a company making good money. Or the plant used to be in the neighborhood. The plant used to be in walking distance of a lot of our grandparents and great-grandparents' homes. They need a car. 15-minute walk down the road. You walk with the neighbors. Hey, what's going on? Hey, we head to work. All that stuff, they took that all. These Negroes starting to build wealth. These Negroes are going to work, and they're outperforming our children, outperforming the immigrants. They're outperforming everybody. Yeah, that's what we do. And so they took that out, they threw crack in, and boom.
Off of that, how many aunties got they sister kids or they brother kids how many families were split up, how many children grew up without their siblings because of this shit, because they got split up in foster care, how many ended up in prison because they was funneled into the foster care system through that. The effects of it are so vast and damaging, and we don't want to talk about it, right? Because the victory is this for most people. Here's the victory. At least I didn't get addicted to crack. That's the victory for most people. At least I'm not selling crack. That's the victory for most people. But there ain't no victory in this shit because we're all affected. If you in the black community and you've been in America these past 3-4 generations, you, somebody you know, somebody you love, then lost their life either to addiction or to the dealing. It's people locked up right now still because of the dealing. So even though we've seen an influx of cash and, you know, flexing and all that shit that niggas make sound good in the rap shit, that shit might last for a few summers, bruh. Most of them folks gone.
And Hunter Biden gets a pardon from his daddy. Wait a minute, who created the 3 strikes? Was that Jim Crow drove? 3 strikes Biden? Yeah.
I know everybody's very excited about 2025 and you all want to conquer the world, and I want you to. This is going to be the aspiration generation, part of the civil rights movement, SIL.
So, family, I'm going to let him chop it up a little bit about this, but yeah, I find this interesting. I want to see, we're going to look up and see who this is, but we're going to let this brother speak.
Franchise laws. Yes, there are franchise laws, and there are state certifications for franchise.
Hold on, I want to get some of this.
I know is absolutely the case. He did it absolutely wrong, and so did the investor. So he went and raised a bunch of money for a so-called franchise, opened a bunch of stores, and best I can tell, did not comply with any franchise laws. Yes, there are franchise laws, and there are state certifications for franchise offerings. And he didn't, and at least in New York, didn't even bother to apply for it. So if he had an attorney, that attorney should be fired. But the investors didn't make a phone call, a simple phone call. And these days, just your phone or your iPad, just a quick internet search. Hey, is this guy in this enterprise, certified to sell franchises? It's easy to do.
Now, family, a little bit of pushback. Most of us don't know you have to be certified to sell the franchise. A lot of this information we get told to on the back end. Sometimes you can't really just Google it. You at least, let me say this. You can Google stuff, but if you don't know how to ask Google specific questions, you're just going to get a whole bunch of misinformation and disinformation. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff put on your timeline. It's not going to get you any closer to what you're looking for, which means you need either somebody who's just going to put you on game or a mentor. Mentors cost. Mentors cost. Somebody's going to put you on game. Well, you got to be in that circle for that. So I see what the brother's saying, but a lot of times we don't know how to formulate the question to get a direct answer. And sometimes that's learning by way of bumping our behind. A well-taught lesson is a well-bought lesson. A well-bought lesson is a well-taught lesson. That's very unfortunate. But as black folks, that's what's happened. We get left out of these pertinent conversations until one of us gets in, then we find it. But he's like, you should know this. No, I don't know this. I didn't know that existed. But now that I know it existed, if I want to go forward, getting into being an investor, I know, that brother was talking about this one thing. I need to look up, does he have the right certifications to be doing this? And now I can boom. Okay, cool. Now I know what's going on. I'm gamed up. I can go in here correctly in the first time out, bat 1,000. Knock it out the park. Instead of me finding out, he didn't have this, he didn't have that. You need to have these things? I didn't know. So I hear what he's saying, but at the same time, family, a lot of us didn't know certain certifications exist for all these little different facets of being in business
These days, right? They didn't do it. I'm not blaming the investors. I feel sorry for those who, it appears, lost between $10,000 and as much as $300,000 each. You're talking about a multi-million-dollar situation here, it appears, of losses, of potential losses. And
Yeah, that's a lot of money we're losing. But when you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what you don't know. And unfortunately, a lot of us are going to have to go through the trial by fire to know the stuff to be able to say, hey, do this. My experience with me trying to launch this business, let me see if I think you guys can see it. And I got a whole bunch of writing on the back. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I want to finish this video. This video is not about the bike section of it, but it's about black empowerment. My experience trying to get this popping, I've learned a lot. Big setback, big financial setback. But I learned a lot. So my kids, nieces, nephews, baby sister, my cousins, my parents say, hey, I'm going through, this is what I did, and this is what you should do. Look at this. Go look at that. Now, I'll tell you where to go and what to look for. I'm not going to do the work for you. But I'll tell you where to go and what to look for. And boom. Oh, shoot. Yo, that made it easy. I'm good. Yeah, because I went through it the hard way. I know what happened. I know what happens if you do it this way. I know what happens if you don't prepare for this. I know what happens. So you don't know what you don't know. And shout out to the brother for saying that. I feel like he's kind of being a little cheeky, but I think John Hope Bryant, I think he might be a billionaire. Net worth. I think he's a billionaire. Google focus. They say it's only this much, and if that's the case, that means he's got assets in the $4 billion man. But so what he might be doing is a lot of his assets hold a bunch of his wealth, but his income might be this, because really Jeff Bezos only makes $80,000 a year. If I'm correct, I think he only pays himself like $80,000 a year. This is net worth. Annual salary, I think. Yeah, there we go. Yep. That's how much he pays himself yearly. His net worth, billionaire. Right? But his salary, $80K. So with our brother John Hope Bryant, that might be his salary. Like what's in his name, his direct name. And that's what, he pays himself yearly, but he has a bunch of, assets. So we appreciate the game. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the game. And let's fast forward. He goes on for a hot minute. I just want to give you guys that snippet. Family. These kids in the content creation sphere where they just want to get likes and views. If you have a parent like mine, you understand FAFO.
You talking about bring it down? I ain't even talking loud. You don't tone this a little bit.
Man, shut the fuck up talking to me for real.
Who you talking to?
Talk to you, nigga. What you mean?
So it's at that point now.
What? What you mean?
Where you think you feeling yourself?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just chilling.
Who the fuck you think you talking to, bro?
Nah,
who the fuck you think you talking? Who the fuck is you talking to like that?
Bro, you spinning.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to like that?
Bro, I'm just saying, bro, like.
Nah, who the fuck you think you talking to like that, nigga? I'm not fucking playing with you, dog. Say what the fuck you just said a few minutes ago.
It wasn't even a few minutes ago. It was a few seconds ago. Family, some of us grew up where we didn't even think this. Like, let me think about. The thought would never cross our mind. And youngest, I'm gonna say this: if your dad like he's in shape, he might have been in the streets for a little bit, or he got older brothers and stuff like that. So you had to run. The cats that had to really get out there and do it with the strength of their hands, Don't say nothing to them. Don't say nothing crazy like this, because it ain't going to end well.
So what the fuck you just said? Nigga, you think I'm Kaz in some motherfucking body? Nah, man. Then who the fuck you think you talking to? Nigga, I'll kill you up in this bitch, nigga. Nah, I'm not playing with you, nigga. Who the fuck you think you talking to, bro? Who the fuck you think you talking to, dog? Man, what's going on, man? Bro, this dude. Man, who the fuck you trying to do, bro? Get the fuck out my house. Bro, what's going on? Get the fuck out my house before I kill you, nigga. How was you? Like I said, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Man, hit me in my motherfucking mouth, man. I ain't even get it on video. I think I took this shit too far. I ain't even gonna lie.
Duh. Whenever a black man grabs you by your whole outfit, it says, I'm not playing with you. And you feel the full force of his aura upon you, bruh. Hey, put the camera, let me shut it down. He probably still gonna smack you up. And be like, he probably bring the camera closer so they can see you get smacked up. But yeah, you said you FAFO. You decided to take it that far, you got popped in the mouth. That's the thing about manhood. Let me say this real quick, because I had to tell my son, my youngest son, because he liked to joke, and he liked to keep going and keep going. I had to let him know, say, son, you need to be careful with that. Because see, you get away with it because it's your siblings, and they love you. People out there don't love you. They don't know you. You get to, I'm talk crazy and keep going and keep joning on it and keep roasting them. And they gonna pop you in the mouth, son. You can't get away with that in the real world. You can't keep talking about another man. You're like, all right, dog. And you just keep going. All right, bro. You just keep going, keep going. He gonna pop you in the mouth. He gonna rear up. Right there. And close your mouth. Since you won't close it, let me do it for you. Young men, do not get out here playing with your daddy. Your daddy done did some stuff. This conversation me and my dad have. And sorry, y'all. I told y'all this. I'm gonna trim it up for the new year. There's conversations me and my dad have. And then there's the conversations that are had by people who know my dad when he was younger. And they tell certain stories, and he kind of look at me like, damn, I gotta explain this to him. So real quick story time. My pops, my older cousin, I'm gonna use his name, Nate Jr. Nate Jr., there's a dude who was threatening him about a chick. My cousin, I don't even think he was smashing. And shot his car up. This is about 30 years ago. Nate Jr. is about, I think he's 6 years older than me, 7 years older than me. So, no, he probably be a little bit. Yeah, he about 6, 7 years. So it was about 25 years ago. 25 years ago. And so, shot the car up. And he told my dad. My dad and one of my other uncles. And they went and saw old boy. And my cousin never saw that boy again. And that's how the story ended that day. This story was told to me about 2019. While we sit in the car riding home, I'm riding with my pops because we went to go visit. I think it was around the holidays. Now it's quiet in the car. We ain't listening to no music. And my dad usually listen to 105.7, you know, the old school R&B and all that stuff like that. We ain't listening to nothing. It's just pitch silent. Why he leaned over and said, I didn't kill him. And leaned back at the light, like, well, what did you do, sir? we didn't kill him. That don't make me feel better, bro. What? Leave these old school cats alone, family. Oh, they are with the business.
Yeah, I ain't even tell y'all my mouth, my shit fucked up.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, I got the target inside. I don't know what he's doing. Hey, what are you doing? Do you have balloons? Yeah, we got a 1025 baby with a side of balloon. I'm not sure if it's a baby or a miniature monk. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Baby, hands up. Turn around. I'm going to search and seizure. Turn around. If you don't turn yourself around, you're going to get the repercussions of the law. You think that's funny? He's coughing on me. He's a COVID baby. Turn around. Born right during COVID. They got a special attack where they release their COVID enzymes on you. I'm going to pat him down, see what he's got. Stay facing that way. Wow, plastic fork. Whole bag of 25 latex balloons. Sir, stay there. You're going to the slammer tonight. Do it look like I'm playing with you?
Yeah.
Oh, it does? Turn around. Don't you reach for that weapon. Put it down. Sir, do not approach me with that plastic fork. That's danger. If I'm in danger, I'm going to put you in danger. Immediate type. If you keep on going the way you're going to the slammer. Oh, you think it's a... Hey, come here. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Good God almighty, he's strong. Calling for immediate backup. He's got me in a corner situation. Don't... Hey! Please, sir, I got a whole family at home. Please don't do this. Please just let me go home. No. Why not? No. You're holding me at fork point, and I don't appreciate it. We'll get you whatever you need. Whatever your demands are, they'll be... Oh, okay. Can I leave? Oh, God. Oh, he's attacking me.
Shout out to Titus. That little cute baby. He's like, yeah. You think I'm playing with you? Yeah. I'm trying to end this on a good note, family. And family, this up next, and I believe this is the last clip. They sang their butt off, family. They sang their butt off. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to this and enjoy this. And listen how they do this. Rest in peace to Michael Jackson. Yo, man. Yo. B1 family, we are something else. We are amazing. This should be that's the last clip. Family, I love you all. Be safe. Be vigilant. And man, do not take your eye off the ball. Yeah, it was recording all this stuff. I got to make sure, man, because last time I did it jacked up. However, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. And we're finna let this ride out and then upload it. Peace and Black empowerment. One like you, can I get you top down? Get to this tune. Backstrokes that'll fix your attitude. Lady, baby, the money calls. I gotta move.
And when you need me,
I gotta move.
But the money calls. The money's gonna get my attention.
I gotta move. Lady, baby, the money calls. I gotta move.
I'm only about my money, but I'm a man on a mission.
I gotta move.
And I believe in getting it when the getting's good.
I gotta move.
It's time we wind down.
I gotta move. Lady, baby, the money calls. I gotta
be there for you, baby.
You're my top 5, but
my
nice
top 5.
booties. I wanna set the move on wine R&B grooves.